Ape Labs has a new app update. Very excited. We're going to go through all of the new features, what that means for you, and we're also going to teach you how to update your Connect and your lights. Are you ready to do it? Let's go. How you doing, everybody? Justin Schwartz here on behalf of Ape Labs USA, and yes, today we are talking about the May 2025 app update for the Ape Labs Connect software, the brain of this whole operation, what really separates and creates the Ape Labs ecosystem. We're going to talk about all the new features. We're going to dive into also how to actually do the update if you're new to Ape Labs or if you've never updated before. We're going to show you how to do it. Before we dive into all of that though, make sure you're checking out Ape Labs at apelabsusa.com. If you have any questions on this particular app update or anything Ape Labs related, you can also drop your questions and comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have you back here again also, so consider subscribing to the Ape Labs USA channel. And of course, if you found some value in this video, please give this video a like. Now, before we dive into all of the actual feature upgrades and things that have changed in the app, we're going to first show you how to do the update. So, step one, when you are doing an Ape Labs firmware update, is you actually have to update your Connect. So you're going to do that by holding the on-off button here, and you're going to wait about 7 seconds, and eventually what happens is 1, 2, and 3, 4 groups will start to kind of flicker back and forth like so. So once the Connect is ready to go, from the app, you're going to go to the More section. Then you're going to go to Update Connect. And you'll hit the Start Update button, and you'll start to see that it's updating. Okay, once the update finishes, it should basically turn off or stop flashing like that. For any reason, it tells you that the update was not finished or fails or times out during that process. You could have Wi-Fi interference, so make sure that there's no Wi-Fi interference in the room that you're in. I've had situations sometimes where I had to try to do the update a couple of times before it actually took. It's rare, but it can happen, so just so you know. All right, now my Connect is updated, which immediately will show you a difference in the app, which you're going to see now, and you'll start to see all the different things that we'll get to in a little bit. But now that our Connect is updated, we're going to want to update the lights. So the next step is, let's grab a light here. The next step here is to actually update the lights. All right, so make sure your Connect is on. Hold it about 3 seconds. Connect is now on. Step 2, and this all depends on whether you have plus lights or not plus lights. Some of these I have are plus lights where you actually don't need the Connect. Some of them that I have are non-plus lights, which means that I do need the Connect update. The plus lights here, these are the ones with the upgraded chip, and I can actually update these right from the phone via Bluetooth. But for this purposes, I'm going to update from the Connect since we do have that here. So what I'm going to first do is put the lights into program mode, which hold them down for about 6-7 seconds until they flash blue and white, just like that. Next step, I'm going to go to the More section here. I'm going to go to Update Lights, and I'm going to scroll down to Update using Connect. I'm going to look for my Maxi battery, click that, start update, and then you'll start to see a flashing red just like that. It's updating. Takes a few moments here. And just as I was saying before, sometimes there can be Wi-Fi interference. If this happens to time out or it doesn't finish the update, just redo it. You just have to sometimes keep doing it until it does take. I'm having good luck here, installing 5.7.3, good to go. And when the update is completed, it should basically turn off. So that's the Maxi. This is a CAN, and this is not a plus light. This is a standard CAN 2, not a 2 plus. We're gonna do the same thing. Hold down the on off for about 6-7 seconds till you start to see the blue and white flashing. I'm going to go to light can, update using Connect, and I'm going to click Start Update. Okay, and same thing's going to happen. It's going to start to flash red, like that. Waiting for the update to take. We're good to go here. So now we're going to actually show you how to update the 2+ lights right from your phone and from your Ape remote here. So let's do that. We'll go back into Update Lights. I'm going to turn this, put this into bootloader mode here. Now I am connected. Now I am going to update only this device because it's the only one I have going. Now you'll see it's flashing and we're updating. All right, so we're all set and we're all updated now. Now keep in mind, if you're using a combination of Connect and with 2 and 2+ lights, in order to do the update directly from your phone, you gotta make sure the Connect is off or else it's not gonna be able to connect to the lights via Bluetooth. If you have the Connect on, you're gonna need to always use the Connect to do your updating. If you wanna update just from your phone, make sure your Connect is off. Okay, so that's how to update your light, that's how to update your Connect. And now let's go through all of the new updates in the new app. All right, so we've got our new app updated from the Connect. We updated our lights, and now let's just talk about what some of these new features are, what some of the changes are. A lot of this stuff is pretty exciting, so we'll go through it now. The home screen changed just a little bit here. As you can see from the screenshot, we're over here. The screenshot, you can now see that it looks somewhat similar, but there's a couple of different nuances here. So first they put in a save color option right here. Instead of having to do anything different or hold it down or whatever, it's just a quick, simple plus, add in your new color here, and it's ready to go. We're gonna cancel that out. But also what's kind of cool is there's also now an arrow here that's going to allow you to toggle back and forth from your preset colors and programs as well. So you can go back and forth just like that. Pretty cool feature. A little bit easier than having to do it the way that it was before. Another difference on the home screen here is a strobe lock. As you can see, there's a little lock icon here. If you click that and it's on pink, the strobe will hold. Look, no hands. If I turn that off and I hit the strobe, it'll flash. Pretty cool, right? But if I hit that on, right, it'll stay. Very cool. So that's an added feature there. Now let's look real quickly into devices, because they made some changes in the devices section as well. Different ways of grouping stuff, which is very cool. What you can see here, you can now group by device type, by battery status, or by firmware version. Firmware version's cool because that'll make sure that you know all of your lights are in the same firmware or not. You can easily look at that. If we go to device type, it'll put them all by the type of lights that they are, obviously. You can also group by battery status. So you can see maybe the lights that are dying out first, they're gonna go to the top. Pretty cool. You can also sort them by DMX address if you're using the Connect as a DMX router. Also by serial number, and also again by battery time, which is a pretty cool thing. You're able to now hide pair lights. Paired lights are lights that are specifically being operated by either a remote or another Connect. So if those are out of the ecosystem that you're currently using, you can hide those. Another thing that they changed here on this section was for Ape Labs Radar. Ape Labs Radar is a mechanism that actually can show when a light has moved. There's an actual gyrometric sensor inside of these lights. And if someone, let's say, walks away with your light, it'll send a signal to your Connect to say, hey, the lights have moved, which they shouldn't, right? You now have an ability to make that go longer as far as what the offline time is. So if it moves, and let's say it's moving because it's by a subwoofer, right? We don't want it to go off and send you a signal every single time it moves because of vibration. But let's say it moves and it stays moved for 120 seconds here. That I want to know about. Please send me an Ape Labs radar signal to tell me that my lights have moved. So that's a new change in there as well. Also, they made a change to power save mode. Power save mode is a auto dimming feature that allows you to get up to 48 hours out of an Ape Labs Maxi or a Neon, a little bit less for some of the other lights. But previously, you could only apply it to every single light that was being used within the Ape Labs Connect. Now you have the ability to assign it for particular groups. Let's say you have lights that you need to light up on a certain part of the room. You could put them all into one group and leave them on without anything else going on, without any of the other lights being affected. You also have the ability to completely disable power save mode as well, but please note if you turn off power save mode completely, you might not get as much life expectancy from the batteries during a single charge. Okay, so what else do we have here? There are some specific app control updates and configurations for Pixel for the new Marvel and the new Neon Tube Pix that are coming out. Because I don't have the lights here, I don't have too much to show you with that, so we're gonna get back to that at another date when we do the Marvel and the Ape Labs and we do the Neon Tube Pix separately. But that's basically it for the new features here. Another thing that they did do also was flicker free mode now is defaulted. So when you get the lights, they will immediately be in flicker free mode. If you want to get out of flicker free mode, you got to go to the service mode settings and turn it off here, which you can do fairly easily. And that's pretty much it. So that is the new app update. If you have any questions on this, please drop them down below. We're always happy to answer any questions that you have as far as actually doing the update or anything as far as the features themselves. And for anyone out there that has this question, do I have to update my Ape Labs lights? No. The simple answer is no. You do not have to do it. You can stay on the old firmware or the firmware that you had when you first got the lights if that's what you're comfortable with. However, if you choose not to update, remember you're not getting all of the latest and greatest features from Ape Labs. So that's up to you, but no, you don't absolutely have to update, but we do recommend it and we do suggest you doing it. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this video. We really hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. Make sure you are checking out Ape Labs at apelabsusa.com. Again, if you have any questions, drop them down below. Please consider subscribing. We would love to see you back here again. And if you found value in this video, please give it a like. We do appreciate that. Thank you everyone for watching. We will see you soon on the next one. As I always like to say here, Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.